I'm Jason Serafian with Stream-Flo Industries, and you are watching the Stream-Flo of Consciousness Podcast. We are at the World Geothermal Congress 2026, and we are fortunate enough to be joined right now by Anthony Oduor from the National Oil Corporation of Kenya. So welcome, Anthony.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for being on the show today.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about what you do over there and a little bit about your background and how you got involved.
Absolutely. I'm a petroleum geochemist working at the National Oil Corporation of Kenya. And my primary job is to do geochemical evaluation of resources, basically oil and gas resources in the country and around the region. And the National Oil Corporation of Kenya has a lot of interest also because we work together with our geothermal companies. We have got two major geothermal companies in Kenya. One of them is called the Kenya Electricity Generating Company. Another one is called Geothermal Development Company.
Okay.
So those two companies, we share a lot of resources, drilling services, and such.
So you do the partnerships, you sort of do the operating side for them. They might do the planning and you come in and do the actual work.
Absolutely, we do that. And a lot of times we share knowledge. And this occasion for the geothermal conference, when the chance arose, and then we were invited to participate as our colleagues in that environment. So one of the things that has come out very clearly, because we are exploring the subsurface, geology,
Of course.
geophysics, geochemistry. The science remains the same. I mean, the science for oil, looking for oil in the reservoir, and the science for looking for hot water in the reservoir, again, is more or less the same. We use the same methods. So from the scientific point of view, we're sharing a lot of knowledge and a lot of
The collaboration is good. It's friendly and it helps each other learn from, previous discoveries and things like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And you guys are hosting this conference in 3 years in Kenya.
Yes.
So that's exciting.
Very exciting.
It's a lot to get ready for. I mean, it's a great show.
Yes. I mean, 2,000 people coming, we feel like more than close to 2,000 people. That's a lot of people. And Nairobi will be welcoming people from around the world.
I look forward to it. It's going to be great. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you guys have a lot. Can you talk about, I don't know how much insight you have as to what the geothermal base is like in Kenya?
Yes, we have some of the best geothermal. We have the conventional geothermal resources. Here in Canada, they were talking about EGS, the enhanced geothermal exploration systems. Yeah, but in Kenya we have got the natural systems. There's a lot of hot rocks, shallow enough, 1.5 to 3 kilometers. You get there. Some of them just spewing to the surface.
Exactly. So do you think that you'll continue to go with traditional geothermal? Do you think that people will start to explore enhanced geothermal or super hot rock or any of the other technologies regarding to geothermal?
We have for now, we have the capacity to produce 10 gigawatts. We're only producing 1 gigawatt.
Some room to run.
So there's a lot of room to run. So there's a lot of room before we go to EGS. There's really a lot of work to be done.
A lot of stuff to do.
Remember, Kenya, the power that we have, 40% comes from geothermal.
Yeah.
We have literally...
I know you're one of the premier spots in the world.
Yes. So with that, we have a lot of resources to that end. And EGS will come, maybe. But for now, we have enough of the conventional...
yeah, I mean, at 40%, that's pretty robust. Knowing what you know about EGS, do you think there would be limitations to deploying that in Kenya? Would it be the fracking? Would it be the water? Would it be?
Yes, because there will be certain things, including deep drilling and going towards the mantle. There's a lot of issues with that, and in certain environments, it depends on geology as well.
Of course.
Because if you are going to be approaching the deeper sections of the crust, and there will be a lot of issues with the communities asking questions. In the natural, in Kenyan setup where the geothermal is just occurring naturally, there are no issues because it is just
you don't need to stimulate it; it's already there. Yeah.
Yes, but with the issues of fracking,
Yeah.
In oil and gas, you know how it has been a very
Controversial.
controversial issue.
Yes, exactly.
I do expect there would be some issues with the EGS, but if the technology is done in such a way that communities understand, because some of these things are it's more of having communities that understand the science, that is not affecting anything, and those risks of and that the technology can be in such a way that the long-term and short-term problems are not things that the community will be worried about, then I think it has a chance.
And there's some other technology too. When you look at the company XGS, for instance, right? They
Yes.
have a closed loop system,
Yes.
which doesn't require fracking. They don't need really the water. So that might also be an interesting alternative.
I heard about it here.
Yeah,
I had not heard about it before.
Yeah, we
so I
actually
heard-
interviewed their COO yesterday on this show.
all right.
So, but yeah, it's something to look at. I mean, if you guys ever have a need to kind of step away from standard and look at some other, maybe in certain other areas of the country, maybe you're deciding you want to continue geothermal, but in a different strike.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
interesting. But what else do you think people should know about Kenya vis-a-vis geothermal that maybe they don't know yet?
Yeah, geothermal has changed the communities. Communities where this exploration work is being done have been significantly changed because whenever these exploration works are done, the communities must have water.
Yeah.
These companies doing the exploration must drill water. The roads has to be constructed. They are required to do certain things like develop school systems, improve schools, and also there are occasions where sometimes we do have, especially in areas where the geothermal exploration is taking place, there are sometimes issue of famine.
Yeah.
Where it's dry season because we depend on the rains for food.
For sure.
The subsistence farming, and sometimes we go for a long period of time without rains.
Yeah.
And these companies which are operating in those areas, they have to make sure that people in those communities get food. So
Yeah.
there are also feeding problems that they also do. Apart from that, there is an element of putting up these projects
Mm-hmm.
in what we call IPPs. IPPs are independent power producers.
Mm-hmm.
These independent power producers have consistently been very useful to the community because apart from the government-owned organizations, the major two ones I talked about, the independent power producers have been given other roles because they come in with big money
Sure.
sometimes, and they're given these licenses. And then these licenses have certain conditions that they have to meet
Of course.
for them to
course.
to operate. And some of them include taking students for higher learnings.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, so there is a portion where they have to fund higher learning education for people.
Fantastic, yeah.
For people. So
And then do the IPPs, do they run sort of in parallel with what might be a government entity that's similar to what they do, or are they absolutely different than any government entity that might be in existence
they
to
run
provide
parallel.
that?
They run
Okay.
parallel.
Yeah.
They run parallel, but they have they sell their the way they sell their the produced energy.
Mm-hmm.
The government is there's a factor that the government does when they're selling to the grid. They're selling their power to the main power distributors, and that include the services they are rendering. So,
Okay.
do you understand?
Yes.
So yeah, so there is a portion that the government says, okay, we can waiver certain things for you, but you'll have to do these things because you are on the ground.
Yeah. Prerequisites. Fun stuff like that.
So the government makes it easier for them to do business, and then say, okay, you have to do A, B, C, D for the community because you're there.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of this, community outreach is key, right? With any of these organizations, right? You want to make sure that one, you're helping out the community you're working with, and two, that they have a good feeling about you, right? It's always critical and things that they can provide to the community.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So what do you see? Where do you think the Kenyan geothermal community, for lack of a broader word at this moment, will be by the time 2029 rolls around and this conference is there?
Yes. Yeah, that's a very good question because with the way green energy is picking up,
Yes.
and as we talked about it earlier, uh, the issue of nationalizing kind of sources of energy, having local sources of
Freedom,
energy,
independence. Yes,
is
right?
not having issues like we see geopolitics that
Exactly.
affects. So
As we did talk about earlier. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
we
Which,
talked about that a bit. So there is a lot of move to accelerate production of energy, locally based
yeah.
energy systems. And by in the next, there are structures now that have been put in place, and in the next, by the time you realize that there was a presentation. I don't know whether you've heard about. Kenya just got into the 1 gigawatt club.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now there is a projection that by the time the conference is coming, there'll be a lot more than that. Yeah.
I would
So
imagine.
we,
Yeah.
we
The eyes are on you.
yeah, the idea is to have 50% of our energy coming from geothermal
Yes.
by that
Another
time.
10%.
Yeah.
So how much of it comes from oil?
Oil.
Contrastingly,
Yep.
yeah.
That's yeah. So in terms of uh, the oil and gas industry in Kenya, if you're talking about electricity, uh, the, the thermal power is very minimal.
Mhm.
Running generators is very minimal in Kenya. It's like 0.4%
Okay.
of total energy, and most of the times it is used as reserve. There are companies
Okay.
which are given that authority to produce power from running oil and gas generators,
Right.
but it's more of like reserve. That they get to be paid to be on the reserve.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're not producing, but you get paid because when these ones something goes wrong here. Yeah, so oil and gas is mostly when it comes to power generation, it's mostly on the reserve. Thermal systems are very low, but for a long time, it made electricity to be very expensive in Kenya because that was one. There were these big multinational companies that had set up their generators in Kenya,
Sure.
and it was a big problem because it's quite expensive to do thermal. It's very
And
expensive.
another reason to get the heat beneath your feet. Yeah.
Yep.
So let me ask you this: so if 40% is coming from geothermal now, what is that? Is that running schools or is it running factories or what is the geothermal being deployed now to power?
Yes, it's put in the national grid, and anybody
And then
uses.
okay, so
It is in-
anybody just pulls it off.
It is in the
Okay.
national grid.
Interesting.
Yep,
Okay.
yep, yep.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
Well, fantastic. Well, anything else you want the public to know about your organization or things going on in your country with geothermal?
Yeah. Let me thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you for coming on. Yeah.
And one of the things that I would want people to know about my country is that yes, we are working very hard as a people to improve the lives as a scientist, to improve the lives of people in our societies, in our communities. We are looking to have what we might call energy independence.
Yes.
That is very important
Yeah.
for everybody around the world.
Yeah.
There's a lot of geopolitical issues going on, and communities can
For sure.
communities can suffer a lot without their direct involvement. But you can end up suffering. So as geoscientists from Kenya, we are working very hard with partners.
Yeah,
international
you can provide
community.
liberation for a lot of your people, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you're
we
not
have-
dependent on
yeah.
some kind of supply chain necessarily to get the
Absolutely.
power that they need. You know, if they want to grow crops, if they want to go to school, all these things,
Yes.
if you have it right there under your feet in your backyard,
Yep.
it's a fantastic time.
Yep. Absolutely.
Well, thank you very much, sir. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
And we wish you well, and we'll see you in 2029.
I hope you'll be there.
Yeah, I hope so too.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.